welcome to another brand new episode here on Riverbend Springs. As you can see, I'm selling some wood. So yeah, we've got plenty of wood to be sold today, so I've skipped on 2 months to try and empty the sawmill out a little bit, just because I was getting to the point where I couldn't actually add any more trees to it. Oh, I want to be up there, oh, well, we'll go round. Yeah, I couldn't actually add any more trees to it, so I skipped on 2 months. So literally the only thing you've missed is me skipping on. And now that, as I say, we've got... Oh. Okay then. The one thing you don't want to do in this situation is to unstrap the trailer, because the trailer then bugs out. It then bugs out so that you can't then reload anything on it. So if you do ever roll your auto-load trailers, don't unstrap them to drop the weight to then get the tractor back on its wheels. That is the sensible thing to do, but it won't work, because then your trailer just, or certainly in every instance that I've had of that, the trailer just won't reload anything, or it'll partially reload. So yeah, don't, if you do roll it over, just get out. If you've got super strength, grab the top of the tractor underneath like I just did, and then just sort of pull it along and then let go. And normally what happens is the wheels will catch the ground, and then it will just roll it over back onto its wheels. But anyway, crisis averted, which is always good. As I say, we've got quite a bit of wood to sell today, but then we've got to get on with other things as well. We've got a few things that we need to buy, and a few things that we need to do. So, but today's episode is going to be a bit of a selling episode, just so that I can get the sawmill reloaded. I think at the moment there's either 31,000 litres of wood in there or 51,000 litres. I can't remember what it said, but at least that does give us a good opportunity to refill it, which is good. But as I say, we're getting quite a bit of sawdust built up, and walls and stuff like that, as well as planks and everything. So the one thing about skipping on 2 months, a good thing about it is that you do get a nice build-up of products to sell, which is really good. And as I say, we keep moving these out, keep moving the sawdust out, and then we can just keep taking the planks for now, and then we can also then take the walls separate. Those we're just putting straight into a trailer and taking the trailer, because that's just the best way to do it, because obviously you can get so much more in an actual trailer than you can on that flatbed, because it doesn't really stack properly. So that's the reason why, again, I do it like that. But yeah, as I say, all told, we're not doing too bad. We're doing very well for money, as you can see. I did have a little look in the second-hand market, and there are a few things in there that I'd really love to buy, that I probably won't be buying, but I would really like to buy. I'll show you in a second. Just get this done. I want to take as many planks and that to get sold, as many of those walls to get sold, that I can sort of as many as to get sold as I can. That's what I'm trying to say. That's okay. The reason I'm a little bit sort of quiet in the voice and a little bit all over the place mentally is I was quite happily recording an episode of another series, and someone come into the room and basically said, "Would you mind stop recording for a second? I've got some news for you." And the news is kind of really knocked me for 6. I'm like, oh well, that's not very good. So yeah, that's the reason why, as I say, I am a little bit quiet in the voice, and not quite my usual sort of happy-go-lucky self. But as I say, it's life, unfortunately, but it doesn't make it any better or easier. All right. That is the only thing. I can't really take them off. All right. Gonna have to do it, unfortunately, and not a very good way, so that we can try and do it a little bit better. I just don't know why it does that. It bugs the hell out of me, that does. I really shouldn't let it, but it does. It bugs the hell out of me. Anyway, we'll get some stuff moved over, and we will crack on. So this is going to be, so this will be the last load of these that I take, and then we'll take one load of boards, and then we've got some more contracting that I want to do, just because, as I say, at the moment we've not really got a great deal going on ourselves in terms of sort of harvest and stuff, but we will have. As I say, I need a couple of bits for the farm, for the animals mainly. Once I've got those couple of bits, it's land all the way then for a little while, because as I say, I want it so that we're busy farming for ourselves, and as I say, there is a bit of kit available that I wouldn't mind buying. In actual fact, I can show you that now. So I wouldn't mind it's already gone. It's already gone. It was one of the bean harvesters was up for next to nothing. I think it was up for about like 160,000 or something like that, something ridiculous like that. But it's gone. I mean, that's up there. That's quite nice. That would go nice with our Ford if we hadn't have bought the other Steyr. But yeah, we have. So the things that we're going to be buying that we need for the farm, I'm going to have to buy them brand new, because I need to start getting them fed. So I'm going to buy them brand new, but let's say the stuff for the actual sort of arable farming side of things, we'll just buy them secondhand as them, when we come to them. Another thing I might do as well is I might have a square baler and a round baler, and we'll do half and half with the straw in terms of square and round, and then one can go as total mixed ration, the other one can go as bedding, so we'll then know how much we've got of each. But as I say, we'll cross all of those bridges as and when we get there. For now, let's just get this sold, and then we've got one more load. We'll take some walls with us to the sell point. Thankfully, we haven't got to go to the museum anymore. We're only going to the warehouse, so it's not that far away. And then once we've done that, we can crack on with some actual farming and different things. But I like to try and keep you in the loop. I like to try and and I do apologise if anyone's wearing headphones and I just did that. Normally I move away from the mic, but that one came from nowhere, so I do apologise. Yeah, we'll get on, as I say, with some animal work, and we'll also look for some contracting as well, so that we can crack on with that and get that combine in use, because that combine cost us quite a bit of money and I want to use it. There are a couple of fields locally as well that have got crops in that I might want to buy as well. Once we've bought the animal stuff, then as I say, I can then think about buying some fields, and as I say, that will keep us busy. But I'm going to turn over to a little bit of time lapse because I am losing my voice, and I'll see you in a little bit. So there we go. That's got some silage in the cow pens and the straw. And as you've just seen, we've just tidied off those last couple of trees, and then we've cut down some more trees. So these will all fit now in the sawmill, which is good. And we'll be able to get on with that. But what I'm going to do is now I'm going to end the day, and then tomorrow, hopefully, on the game, or next month on the game, we'll be able to. Hello, Walter. Walter, you never did tell me. How do you like the sawmill, mate? Bloody brilliant, isn't it, eh? I know. I'm moving it along just as you hoped. You know what I'm saying to you, son? Good night, Walter. See you next month. But yeah, so we'll get in, and hopefully, as I say, the soybeans will be ready to harvest, and then we can crack on with that, because I need some more straw. The one thing that I realised, putting 3 straw bales in each cow barn, let's just see whether or not the manure has started to arise. Arise, sir, manure. And a very nice forklift. Not used this in the game yet, so I was quite excited to buy this brand new. It's a bit expensive, but there we go. And then in real life, this wouldn't be able to power that, but farming sim, as we know, lets you do things that you shouldn't be able to do. But let's have a look. No, there's no manure in here. Now then, I would have thought that these would have produced manure by now. So slurry, yeah, we've got slurry, we've got straw, obviously, we should have food, yeah. Health is going up, that's good. I think this is our dairy barn, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Oh, even the calves have grown a little bit, look, because these were calves when we set off. But even they're now growing, so that's really, really nice. Really, really nice. And those ones over there are growing too. They're our beef stock. So that'll take a few years to grow. You know, I was thinking while I was doing the while I fed those 4 silage bales to the cows, I might not bother doing total mixed ration, because it's a lot of faffing about. I know for the for the dairy cows, it's well worth it, because it does obviously help to produce silage 80%. So I mean, you know, that's going to be 100, but we're only going to be lose 20%. But I don't know, I might end up doing it just because it's 100% over 20%. But you know, there's no real need to do it, and we certainly won't be doing total mixed ration in here, because these are only beef cows. So these can fatten up quite nicely on pretty much, well, grass or hay. So I probably won't even give them silage. I'll probably give them hay, because I think hay is 80% as well, isn't it? Yeah. So hay is 80%. So we can grow a field of hay for them. As I say, when we get back in the next episode, we'll have loads more wood to sell. Once we get them sold, those 3 fields down there, we'll buy them, and then we'll start to buy some more land, getting ready for, as I say, we can get a field of hay. I mean, it's a pity that Farming Sim don't give us gates on here, which of course you would get in real life, because then I could cut this grass, and then I could mow it, and this could be the hay. I know they've got meadow grass, but and I don't know how much. Does it say how much? No, I need to be over by the cow thingy for it to say how much is in here, don't I? Meadow is 38,497. What's the effectiveness of meadow? 40%, the same as grass. So, and the fact that they're only going to be grown as, oh, this is not the this is the thingy, so 40%, yeah, so that's what I mean, you know. Again, I mean, really, if you take that, I don't know if it works like this, but if we chuck in a bale every now and again of silage with the meadow grass, then, you know, that's 120%, I think. As I've said before, not very good at maths, so I think that's 120%. But yeah, it's a pity they don't give you a gate so we can come in here and cut this, because we could then turn this into hay and then feed them the hay. But anyway, we will go and just check our soybeans. Hopefully they've turned over. If not, we will sleep until November. So we'll skip another day, and then I want to get on with these soybeans. See if we can get these harvested. Yeah, they haven't turned, have they? So they must be next month. But I want to get these harvested in this episode, and then next episode, as I say, we will have another wood selling, you know, sort of start to the episode. But then we can get on with our field work then. We could do really with the wheat field. No, scrap that. Right, we need 2 tractors. Somewhere there is the cultivator, yeah, and we need the seed drill. This will have to go on the drill because that cultivator I think is going to be a little bit too big for that one. So we'll put the cultivator on this one, we'll put him on a worker, and we'll go off and we'll get that field drilled and rolled. Could do with getting rid of that power harrow as well. And then, as I say, next episode then we can get on with, because I need some wheat, because I want to get chickens next, so I need a wheat field. And it's too risky to rely on the computer to set a field that we're going to buy with wheat. It's too risky to chance that, so I won't. I'll just get this onto the road, because he's not going to find his way out with all these trees laying everywhere. It will confuse the hell out of him. So we'll get him here, and then we will click on that, that, click on that. Right, and we won't forget about the field either this time, I promise. Right, so he's going to be coming off there, so if you would go that way, that would be fantastic. And start, and then, oh, for goodness sake, he should drive off and do it. But while he's doing that, yeah, there we go. So while he's on his way, because his cultivator is quite a bit wider than the seed drill, I will look to get a, in actual fact, we've had another night, haven't we? If we can get a slight, oh, would you believe it? Would you believe it? Over half price, look. Well, not quite half price. Darn it, never mind. But there's nothing else really. Can't believe that, never mind. Yeah, so the next thing that we'll be looking to upgrade on the farm is the seed drill, but we'll upgrade to a 6 meter. But as I say, I want to try and get the animals all done first. That's why I'm not overly spending too much on equipment, because I want to get the animals done. I want to get the chickens in next. You know, we've got sheep to still do, goats to still do, pigs to do, horses to do. Yeah, so in terms of horses, now someone did mention to me, you know who you are, I know who you are, did mention to me about you don't see many sort of YouTubers doing horses. Keep your eyes peeled on this channel, because I found a save that, or I found a map where horses could be quite dominant, and they could be, you know, sort of that and cattle. So it'd be more, We will do arable because there are a lot of people that do enjoy arable. I enjoy arable too, so we will be doing arable still. Oh Jesus, mate! I was hoping you was already going to be there. I've caught you up. Yeah, so there still will be farming for those people that don't like animals but like farming. But for those that want to kind of see, you know, sort of, which way are you going? Straight over. For those of you that want to see, say, horses and beef stock and stuff like that, so like more of a ranch style game, then as I say, keep an eye out because I may have something coming along on the channel that you know, people might be interested in. I don't know. What I might do is I might run. Well, actually, having said that, I was going to say I might do a few episodes, see what reaction I get, and then sort of go from there. But it's not very often that people tend to comment on my videos anyway. And all of my videos get in it, well, apart from 1950s, they all get in and around the same views anyway, so it'd be hard to tell how the reaction is and what people think. But yeah, so just keep an eye out. I'm not saying too much at the moment because I do like to test the maps out before and it'll be on FS22 as well. So that you know, FS22 is still going to feature quite prominently on the channel because at the moment there just isn't the maps or, you know, whatever. And I know that Calmston is it Calmston? Yeah, I think from Oxygen David is coming out. Is coming out for FS25, but and I say this about all of his maps. They're stunning. They're beautiful. It's an incredible amount of work that goes into his maps to make them look as realistic and everything as he does. But for my style of play, they're unplayable. It's like Court Farms, you know. I wanted to get, but because most of the roads are not 2 lanes, the same with Calmston, you know, you can't have tractors and trailers running to them from the farm. You know, and so therefore I always download his maps off thingy because, as I understand it, if he gets over a certain number of downloads, he gets paid for it. I do believe that, or Giants give a small, you know, small fee if I've understood it correctly, and so therefore I always download it. And I do always, you know, look at and go through the maps as well and have a look and that. And the reason I download it, even though I know that 99% chance I won't play it, is that it helps him to get his fee, because I do think he should get something for his maps because they are stunning, they are beautiful, you can't deny that. They're just, for my sort of style of play on FS, they're just a little bit unplayable. You know, it's not easy to do, to play, you know, a save on there. But anyway, we'll get into the field. It won't be a top job this, mainly because of how he's leaving the ground. What I should have done was I should have carried on with some trees for a bit until he got a little bit, well, until he got the field done really. But what we'll do is, as I say, I'll skip over to some time lapse. I'll do the before I get myself lined up, I better make sure that's where the line's going to come. Otherwise I'm wasting my time. We'll do 4 headlands. Yeah. Well, I wasn't far off. And then, as I say, we'll go over to some time lapse, and then when we get back, we'll get it rolled, or I'll get him to roll it, and then, or you know, the AI worker to roll it, and then what I'll do is that will be the end of today's episode. And then tomorrow, as I say, we've got field work to do, we've got combining to do, we've still got wood obviously to sell, you know, because obviously, you know, we want to get that done. and yeah, so there's still, you know, quite a bit of stuff to do. I realise I'm sort of kind of drilling the bit that can't be drilled, but it's just so as it meets up when I come to drill my headland, because he's going to drill his headland, he's going to overlap a little bit. So what I'm basically sort of making sure is that I don't leave too wide a gap, because otherwise I haven't done enough headlands around the outside then. I don't know if I've explained that all too well, but it makes sense in my head. Right, and as long as it makes sense in my head, we'll probably get somewhere. I'll see you in a little while. So there we go, that's got this one drilled and very nearly rolled. That's the weeding. As I say, that's going to be for the chickens, but we're not going to be able to get chickens until next autumn when we get the wheat harvested. Because I did have a little look in the silo as I walked by it when I was doing the trees to and from to the from where we cut them to the sawmill, and there's nothing in there. So I was hoping that there was going to be some scrag ends of sorghum left that we might be able to get away with feeding a few chickens with, but sadly not. But what I could do is I could buy the chickens now as chicks, and then by the time they have grown up, we'll have food. So we can then literally give them food and straight away all of our food will be going into egg production rather than growing them up. So I mean that's an idea that we probably could well look at. Sort of get the chicks now, get them grown up, and then as they're grown, we will then have food, and then we can start feeding them, and that will give us our egg production straight away then from our food. So, as I say, it's an idea. That is what we can do. Whether or not we do it is another thing. But that's got this field drilled and rolled. So as I say, I'm going to leave this episode here. We've got quite a bit done in this episode, and it's gone rather well. And as I say, next episode will be more field work, but we'll get the soybeans harvested. We will then need to get them baled and then cultivated, and then we can get in some more crops as well. So it'll be spring crop though, because it will be too late for a winter crop. So it'll be, as I say, it will be a spring crop, but we can sort that out from there, and yeah, just sort of keep going. Again, it'll be an oat or something like that, just because obviously it will give us straw, or it could eat. Well, it probably won't come a second time soybean. Had it been ready in time, I would have harvested the soybeans off there today. This was my actual intention. Was we would do a little bit of sawmill and forestry and stuff like that, just to kind of keep that ticking over and earning us the money. My actual plan for today was harvest the soybeans, get it turned round, as in get it baled and cultivated, drilled and rolled with wheat, and then that field was come in soybeans, but it hasn't quite worked out like that. So as I say, just for this year, it's going to have to, or next year it will be on the game. It might just have to be soybeans again, or I might, as I say, I could even put in an oats or something like that, just to tide us out, or sorghum, just so as we get a bit of straw off there, ready for the cows. And the other thing we're going to do as well in the next episode is buy some grass fields, and we'll also have some mowing then to do and baling, so that we can then start feeding the beef cows hay. So that'll be something that we need to do, so we'll get that done as well. But anyway, as I've said, I am going to leave it here for this episode. Thanks ever so much for joining me. If you haven't done already, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It really does help the channel, really does help me. And all that's left for me to say is thanks ever so much for watching this episode. I've really enjoyed having your company, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye for now.